Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you like some help?
Yeah, I
Okay.
would.
Hey y'all, it is a beautiful morning here at Air to Ground Farms.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Shelly.
Today we have got a project. We recently had some earthwork done and we were left with a couple of piles of dirt and we got to get that taken care of. And we thought, what a great way to showcase the workhorse of our farm, our New Holland Workmaster 75.
Now we got our tractor right when we pretty much moved to this farm back in 2021. So it's about 3 years old.
Yep.
And we have had an opportunity nearly every day
Yeah, almost.
to give this thing a real good test drive for the past 3 years. And we just wanted to share with you guys the benefits of having a piece of equipment that will make your farm run so much smoother.
First, we have got some morning chores to take care of before we can get into our project.
Those cows are really ready for a bale of hay. We're letting some of our grass recover. We were really dry for a few weeks, so we're allowing their grass to recover. They're on a place where they can nibble, but we're supplementing them right now. It's the end of September, but we're having to supplement them with a ring and a couple of bales of hay every now and then to keep them happy while our grazing areas recover from the dryness.
So come along with us as we do some chores, and then we'll get started on this project.
There's a sun in the sky, there's a cloud drifting by, all kinds of colors
I'll get the gate for you. Number one rule on a farm: leave gates the way you found them. One of the things that we like about this tractor and kind of, sold us on it was the seat I'm sitting in.
Yeah, I think they call it an instructor seat. We called it just a jump seat.
Yeah, one of the bonuses is that someone can go and help and open the gates or just go along if you need that second hand, and you don't have to take a whole nother vehicle out there with you. Or if the kids just want to ride along and go, whether it's the grandkids or the kids, Michaela especially, if she wants to just go and ride along with whatever chores being done, help out, it just makes it a lot more convenient.
Yeah, it does.
I gotta go feed pigs. Want to help me?
I do.
Okay. One of the really cool parts about this lifestyle is that we get to work together every day, whether it's giving the cows hay or feeding the pigs or what else do we do? Milking cows or running a business. We get to do all of that together, and that was one of the primary reasons that we left the Department of Defense and the corporate world and decided to come and live this lifestyle. Pig. A big old spider on that hose.
Yes, he's a big old spider that lives in their water
barrel. Is it? Y'all leave him there? Icky. He's on the hose. Huh. No, thank you. Get off. Okay. Maybe. He's huge.
Yeah.
He's like
big.
George?
Well, I haven't named him.
Well, you could. He's big enough for a name.
Yeah.
Big old tree spider or something. I don't know.
He always runs out when the water comes to the top.
Oh. Well, it makes me wonder if he went in the water when I just knocked it. Nope, he didn't. Okie dokie.
All good.
Ooh-wee. No, thank you. I'm not like super scared of spiders, but I don't want it crawling at my arm either. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. There's grass. These little piglets go a little bit from their moms, and that's okay. But they're kind of like roving motorcycle gang or roving teenagers. They think they can just do what they want. Where are y'all going? They're really not that far from their moms. Their moms are just right over there behind that equipment on the other side of those trees. Watch this. I'll run right back over there to them. Right back to home base. Really excited because this is our last batch of meat birds for the year. We have 2 empty chicken tractors over there that we're kind of glad about, and we're going to get these guys moved, and we just have what, 2 more weeks with them, and then we are chicken season complete, and we will be happy. We've done 11 batches of 50 this season, so if you are in the Ava, Missouri area, make sure to stop by Air to Ground Meats in Ava downtown, and we have your pastured GMO-free chicken ready for you. Go birds! We don't have a dolly because our land is so uneven that I don't know that it would even work very well. So it's a 2-person job to get these guys moved. Okay. Well, you got the bucket put back on from after doing chores,
Yeah, now we can get busy with our project for the day.
which includes pretty much moving this dirt.
Yeah, first we got to get the biggest of the rocks out of the way.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move these dirt piles and try to get this smoothed out. I don't know if we can totally get finished today, but I'd sure like to try.
Okay, let's get moving dirt. Put on gloves. That's okay. Oh no, everybody can do most of the heavy lifting. I thought we were moving dirt.
Yeah, we will.
Hang on a minute. I feel like I got duped. While we're making our way with these rocks down there, let's talk about this tractor. What are a couple of your favorite things about the New Holland Workmaster 75?
We're sitting in it right now. I think my favorite thing is the cab. It makes it so that no matter what the weather is, we're able to do things with the tractor. So it can be really hot, really cold. It's got an air conditioner and a heater. It has a radio that Bluetooths to the phone. So that, like, just comfort level, I'd say that is probably one of the biggest things for me, is that you can just get in it and use it.
Is there a time when you appreciated it the most?
Really hot and really cold.
Yeah.
Both. And we've used it in both scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Probably for me, really cold the most, because I hate being real cold. And so in the winter time, you can plug it in so that the engine block stays warm.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get in, you turn the heater on and it's just warm right as soon as you crank it up.
The air conditioner's going right now. There may be a little bit of back noise from that going, because even when it's kind of okay outside, it is kind of a greenhouse in here, so
That's
you're
true.
going to have that going,
That's true.
even if it's not super hot.
Yeah, if in the cab, you really need the air conditioner. So,
Yeah.
like, once you shut everything up, it's going to get hot if you don't have the AC on and the sun's
Well, the
shining.
cool thing is you have experience with there times in your life where you were sitting hot underneath glass in the heat.
I do, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What-
flying the T-38 was probably one of the worst. When you shut that canopy before you're airborne in the T-38, it gets really hot.
Yeah.
That was one of the nice things when I transitioned to the F-15E from training into ops. When we transitioned to the F-15E, that was, the air conditioner was so good in the fighter
Yeah.
that you could close the canopy and then the AC was working, and it was actually a relief instead of like the T-38 where
Yeah.
you just cooked.
So there were times whenever, though, you would take off from a cold climate, like when we lived in England back in 2005 time frame, we lived in England, you would take off, it would be really cold in England and wet and dreary, and then you guys would like scoot over to Las Vegas, Nevada,
Yep.
and you wouldn't land and it wasn't cold anymore.
Yeah, exactly. One of my longest flights actually was from taking off from England
Yeah.
and landing in Las Vegas. It was we were airborne for 12 hours, and we got out and it was really hot, and we had to have on our anti-exposure suits, we call poopy suits, and you get out in Las Vegas, and it's really hot desert, and that rubber is wrapped around your neck, and We couldn't get out of this thing fast
I
enough.
bet not. I probably would have just had a panic attack.
Right.
Like, you know me, I don't like to be hot, and if I get thirsty, it's over.
Yeah. So I think another thing that I really like about the tractor is it's got a shift on the fly 4-wheel drive. So you don't have to stop, you don't have to do anything. It's just a button here on the steering column, and you just, so like we're in 2-wheel drive now, and I'll push the button, and we're now in 4-wheel drive. It's just that easy. And the little green light on the dash lets you know that you're in 4-wheel drive when you push the button. So we're going to take these rocks and put them in the creek.
This is a wet weather creek bed that we have here that is, when it's wet and we're in a lot of rain, there's a lot of water flowing through here. Right now it's really dry, which is a time where we can put rocks in, take rocks out as needed. And right now what he's going to do is just add the rocks from the pile we just took and put them down here in the creek bed. He told me I wasn't going to like that because it was going to get real tippy. So I got out. I'll just stand over here and watch. That wasn't so bad, I don't think. It wasn't too tippy. And I like where he put them right there underneath that tree. Let's go get back in and go move some dirt. So that was a really decent sized load of heavy rock. Rocks are a lot heavier than what they appear to be. What is the carrying capacity on the loader and on the tractor in general?
I'm not sure exactly. I can tell you that we've picked up some really heavy bags of feed in the range of 2,400 pounds at a time, and the tractor does just fine. You have to have a counterweight on the back because we don't have fluid in our back tires yet. We may get that done. So I'm sure you noticed we've got the bush hog on the back right now, and that acts as a counterweight for the heavy loads.
So when you say fluid in the tires, what I mean?
You can actually fill the tires with fluid to add weight to the tractor, and it's something that is beneficial, especially in the hills. Right now, it can get a little bit tippy because of the hills, and having the weight in those tires really just lowers your center of gravity way down near the ground, and it makes it way less apt to tip over. And the cab, actually, we talked about the positives of the cab. A negative of the cab is it adds like 500-600 pounds, higher on your center of gravity. So it actually does.
But your rear wheels, they do have weights on them.
I do have weights on the rear wheels. It's just not enough.
Okay.
We need to add the fluid.
And now, fluid, water or some other type of fluid, because I've heard that you could run into problems.
Yeah, if you can fill it with water if you're in a warm climate that never freezes. So think Florida, Louisiana, those types of areas. In Missouri, where it freezes, we have to use some type of antifreeze. Typically, it's a propylene mix or a glycol mix that they put in the tires, and it adds the weight, and then it doesn't freeze.
I saw you mentioned the bush hog back there. Is there a specific reason that you got the one that you have, the size and the type that it is?
We got a heavy-duty bush hog, which is exactly what we needed because of all of the rocks and the brush that we have around. It's a 2-blade, 6 feet wide, so I didn't want it to stick out much past the tires because we have a few narrow gates that we need to get through. So that's the reason we went with that one. Really needed the heavy-duty. That was the key factor. We mentioned it's a Workmaster 75. It's a 75 horsepower tractor, which is, I think, technically 74.9. So you get away from, at least in 2021 when we bought this, you do not have to have diesel exhaust fluid or DEF for this tractor. So that was a huge benefit for us, and one of the reasons we picked the size that we did was because it doesn't require DEF. And when we first got this place, we rented a tractor so that we could mow, and the tractor that we rented was 45 horsepower, I believe, and we could not mow going up the hills. So you had to climb up the hill with the mower turned off, and then turn around and you could mow going downhill. And we knew that was never going to work for us. So we knew that it had to be bigger than a 50 horsepower, just so that we could mow going up and down the hills. And the 75 is where you have to start adding diesel exhaust fluid. So we knew more than 50 and we wanted less than 75, and so that's why we got this Workmaster.
Yeah, we were really glad that we rented one, because we would not have known that. We might have gone with a lesser expensive, smaller tractor, because we were coming from a suburban yard.
Yeah,
and
where
not
a
knowing,
50 horse tractor seemed like plenty.
right, and we were on flat land there. This is hills, and anytime you're in hills, you're just going to need a little bit of extra horsepower.
Yeah.
Okay, dirt moving.
Okay.
How you doing coming to see me? Huh? Hi, Tozer. So it'll pick up quite a load.
Yeah.
Whenever you're picking up heavy load, you see the tractor kind of, lift up or sink in or whatever you want to call it. Is there specific RPMs that you go up to whenever you're really asking it to do more, or do the hydraulics take care of it? What's going on there?
You want the RPMs up for the hydraulic pump to be working its best. I found for us, not in the specs or anything, but I found at least 1600 RPM.
Do you find that it's pretty good on diesel? Is it good on diesel? Is it a gas guzzler? What?
It's really good on diesel. It has a 20-gallon diesel tank, and we run it for a long time on 20 gallons. We can mow, I don't know, I can have the bush hog going, the motor going at full RPM, and mow for about 4 hours on a quarter of a tank of fuel.
No, but we're not big into mowing, really, as
No.
far as regenerative farming goes. We like to keep as much on the pasture as we possibly can, but we do use mowing for putting down the carbon that's kind of still left behind, in order to go ahead and lay it down, rather than carbon sticking up in the air doesn't really do a whole lot of good.
Right.
So to get weeds cut and stuff like that. Okay, what are we doing
Yeah.
right now?
So we've got some pretty significant ruts in our little road that goes down from the barn to the pigs, and I was going to use this dirt that's left over to try to fill in some of these ruts.
Okay.
I've taken some rocks out of the creek and have filled it in a little bit. But I was going to try to try to fill in a little bit more.
Well, let me hop out and show them what we're doing here. Since we live in the hill country of the Ozarks, water does go downhill, and if you drive over it and over it and over again, you're going to get ruts, and then the water's going to pick up. So we've got to fill these ravines in. So this is what he's working on. You can see the road completely washed out. So when we went tractor shopping in the summer of 2021, still in the mix of COVID supply chain issues.
I'd say we were in the recovery phase probably.
Yeah, we certainly weren't recovered. And we went tractor shopping, and the first place we went was to the John Deere place. And they said, we can get you a tractor in about 6 months. And not going to work. We needed one like next week. And then we went to the Orange tractor place, and they said we could get one.
He didn't know when.
He didn't know when. He didn't give us an answer. And so we continued shopping, and we went to the blue tractor place.
Yeah.
Whenever we went to the blue tractor place, they actually had tractors.
Yeah, he said, like, I can't give you one today, but I can get it to you next week.
And we thought that was really wonderful.
Perfect.
Perfect. In fact,
Works out really well.
a blue tractor will get the job done.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.